You know, every hero's journey starts with that one moment, a call to adventure, where you realize something just isn't working. And for a lot of us, that's our finances. So today, we're not just talking about a budget. Nope, we're talking about a quest, a 30-day journey to hit the reset button on your relationship with money and honestly, reclaim your power. This is your guide to financial freedom.
Does it ever feel like your money just evaporates? You know, that draining battle against bills, those impulse buys that sneak up on you, and just that constant feeling that you're never quite in control? Well, that feeling of being overwhelmed. That's it. That's your call to adventure. It's the universe telling you you're ready for a challenge that could totally redefine your future.
So what is this quest? Well, it boils down to one simple but really powerful rule. For 30 days, you're going to draw a line in the sand. You will spend money only on what you absolutely need to live. And look, this isn't about punishment. It's about breaking the spell of that impulse buy, that mindless tap to pay, the whole cycle that keeps you running in place.
Yeah, the best way to think about it is like a total financial detox. It's a way to cleanse your habits, clear your mind, and just get back to basics. You're about to discover how much of your spending is just noise. And in the quiet that follows, you're going to find clarity, strength, and trust me, a whole lot of extra cash.
Okay, so no hero just rushes into battle unprepared, right? You gotta have a plan. The next 5 days are your training montage. This is where you gather your supplies, you study the terrain, and you forge the discipline you're gonna need to succeed. Seriously, this prep work, it is the absolute key to victory.
So your first task is to know your enemy. On one side, you've got your needs, the total non-negotiables like your rent, your groceries, your utilities. On the other side, you've got the wants, the daily coffees, the takeout, the new clothes, the subscriptions you kind of forgot you even had. For the next 30 days, your mission is simple. Defend the needs and vanquish the wants. Be honest with yourself. And yeah, be a little ruthless. This is your code. All right, here's your 5-day battle plan. Days 1 and 2, you set your personal rules. What's an absolute essential for you? Day 3, you stock your fortress. That's your pantry for the month ahead. Day 4, handle your obligations. Pay all your bills or set them to autopilot so they don't ambush you mid-quest. And this is so important. On Day 5, plan your fun. Brainstorm free activities, because this journey isn't about being miserable, it's about being resourceful.
And seriously, never forget this. The work you put in during these 5 days, that's what's gonna determine the outcome of the next 30. A well-prepared hero is pretty much an unstoppable hero.
With your training complete, you now enter the gauntlet. This is where the real test begins. And the enemies you're going to face, they're not out there. They're in here. They're your own habits, your triggers, and the siren song of a world that is just built to make you spend.
Let me give you a heads up. That first week is often the fiercest battle. Your old self, the spender, is going to fight back with everything it's got. It's a shock to the system, and it's the moment you feel the full force of all those habits you've built up over the years.
You're going to face 3 main monsters here. First, just the raw urge to spend. It's like a phantom itch that feels so real. Second, the beast we all know as FOMO, that fear of missing out when you see your friends going out. And third, the ghost in your machine, the simple, unconscious habit of just reaching for your wallet. Know them, name them, and get ready to face them down.
So how do you actually fight back? When the urge strikes, don't just try to fight it with willpower alone. That's exhausting. Instead, redirect it. Dive into that book you've been meaning to read. Go organize that closet you've been avoiding. Go for a run. You need to replace the void of spending with the richness of actually living.
So if week 1 was all about defense, week 2, well, that's when things start to get really interesting. It's about discovery. Once you've survived that first attack, a shift starts to happen. The struggle gives way to cleverness. You start seeing not what you're missing, but what you already have.
This is huge. You stop being just a consumer and you become a creator. You're not buying a meal, you're creating one from the stuff in your pantry. You're not buying entertainment, you're finding it in parks, libraries, and just good conversations. This is where the magic really begins.
So you've passed through the fire, and now the true reward of this whole quest starts to reveal itself. And it isn't just about the money you've saved, it's about the person you're becoming. Week 3. This is the turning point, for real. The constant noise of wanting things finally starts to quiet down. The urges fade from a roar to just a whisper. A sense of calm, of being in control, begins to settle in. You're not fighting the challenge anymore, you're embodying it.
And you know what's wild? The feelings that pop up now aren't about deprivation. They're all about freedom, less stress about money, a deep feeling of being in control, a sense of lightness that comes from detaching your happiness from your next purchase. This, right here, is what real financial peace feels like.
Look, this whole battle, it's given you so much more than just a fatter savings account. It's given you vision. You see your old habits clearly now. You understand your triggers, and you know with absolute certainty the difference between what you want and what you truly need.
And just like that, the 30 days are done. The quest is over. You emerge from the gauntlet maybe a little weary, but victorious. Now, it's time to take a look at the treasures you've brought back with you.
First up, let's talk about the elixir, the wisdom. You come back with this heightened awareness, with those old impulse habits totally broken, with a new source of creativity and this quiet confidence. That profound sense of accomplishment, that's a treasure that money could never buy.
And then, of course, there's the gold. For so many people who complete this quest, the tangible reward is over $1,000. A powerful sum that just proves how much was slipping through your fingers without you even realizing it.
But look, the hero doesn't return to the village and just lock all the gold in a vault forever, right? The whole point of the journey was to learn how to use it wisely. So the goal isn't a life of permanent restriction, but a life of powerful intention.
So, how do you keep this new story going? Well, you can integrate smaller missions like no-spend weekends, just to keep your skills sharp. Or you can adopt a new code, the 24-hour rule. Before any non-essential purchase, you just wait 1 day. You would be amazed at how many of those I need it now desires just vanish. So there you have it. The guide is complete. The path has been laid out for you. You've heard the call, you've seen the rewards, and you know the challenges that are waiting. The only question left is the one that every hero has to answer for themselves. Are you ready to begin?
Ultimately, mastering your finances isn't about magic. It's about knowledge, discipline, and consistent action. I hope this video has empowered you to take control. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep building the financial life you truly desire. If you're ready for more insights, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments, what financial topic do you want to conquer next? Let's build wealth together.